if you're watching the replay, don't be afraid to fast forward a few minutes until I actually start the reading, unless you want to listen to me chit chat. Make sure that you do all the things wherever they are on the video, wherever you're watching from. Like, follow, share, subscribe, all the stuff. We'll give a few minutes for people to start filing in, so we're just going to be patient. What else can we do in this day and age, right? Hi, Holly. So I don't know where my dog's at right now. I thought I heard her outside, and I had the kids check the front and back. They couldn't find her. I checked the front and back, couldn't find her. So I just sent some kids out on recon to recover our dog, because she could be hiding somewhere in the house, but she's not coming out whenever I'm calling her. So that's unusual, but she always turns up. She always comes home. She never leaves our little area. She won't go on the road. So that's going on right now. So I'm sure I'll get an update from one of my kids soon to let me know that they either found her or didn't. Hello, Lori. Thank you for joining us. We're going to start here in a few minutes. We're doing a collective reading. Yeah, she'll turn up. She's too thick to be able to exert herself for very long. So at least I have a fat dog, right? And like I said, she could be under something, actually. Aurora. I don't know. I was calling her and even offered treats, and usually she'll come out for that, and she was nowhere. So we'll see. We were outside. Mikey came by, and we were outside talking for a really long time. So she was out with us, and I don't know if she stayed out or came in. Hold on, Duncan. All right, buddy. Come on, bud. Come on. These animals are always so needy. Okay. Hey, Matt. Hey, Katie. How's everybody doing today? Oh, thank you, Lori. You're so welcome. Duncan, you have food. I'm not going to get you any. He likes me to pour fresh for him. I hear my kids outside asking her if she wants a treat. We're not doing any of that. You don't come into my lives to hit on me. Thanks. We'll just go ahead and get that one out of here. Oh, shit. Sorry, Matt. I don't know how I undo that. Matt, I don't know. Sorry. I gotta figure out how to unblock you now. Somehow it went and selected your name, and I don't know how to do that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. This is going to be a collective reading. If you're coming in here just to cause problems and try to hit on people, then you're not welcome. Hi, Louise. I'm good. How are you? Your cat's the same way. That's awesome. Matt, I'm going to try to find your comment up here so I can unblock you. That was an accident. I'm not seeing your comment anymore. Dang. Sorry, Matt. Duncan, if you don't stop, bruh. My goodness. Ooh, I've never had to unblock someone from here, so I don't know how. Crap. Help won't do it. Duncan. Hush, bro. Thank you, Lori. Good, Katie. I'm glad you're doing good. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me. I'm going to try to see how I can unblock Matt, because his name accidentally switched when I was blocking the other weirdo. I'm not going to take too much time just because I don't want to inconvenience everyone. I don't know how. Let me see. I'm going to find out how. Okay. No. Sorry, you guys. Chaotic energy and some fuck shit happening. Where are my blocking settings? Craigie. Matt, I am so sorry. How do we do that? I'm going to have to figure that out after the fact. Matt, if you want to pop over onto YouTube to put your comments, go ahead and do that for now. I'll figure out how to unblock you. I don't know why it did that. I highlighted the other. Okay, thank you. She might just be hiding under the bed. Okay, so we'll just get started. Matt, if you can see us, I'm so sorry. Pop over to YouTube so you can include your comments over there, and I'll figure out how to unblock you from commenting on Facebook. It just, you know. All right. So we have a really good strong spread today. I did not pull as many cards as I normally do, which is what I've been doing for the past, few weeks. But they are powerful nonetheless. And I'm sure we're going to have to talk about it for like 90 minutes. So even Duncan is like, no, not the Matt. Sorry, Matt. I don't know what happened. I selected that person's comment specifically, and somehow it switched to you and blocked you. And before I realized it was too late. So we're just flowing as best we can right now. That's kind of the name of the game right now for everyone, is we're just trying to flow as best we can. Shit's popping off. It's getting chaotic. There are so many atrocities, tragedies, crazy things taking place all over this earth plane at this time. So what is happening is this is that squeeze, that tight squeeze. We've talked about birthing our new earth, our new future, right? For years now. If you've followed me this long, we've talked about this a lot. Okay, Matt, I'm sorry. So this is it, and it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. And it hasn't been, right? For years now, it hasn't been, as this entire shift has, been in our midst. So we've got a lot more coming, especially in July. There are a lot of astrological aspects to keep in mind. There's something called the Barbalt basket, which is, 4 outer planets that are kind of creating this basket type shape. And they're really impacting the way that things are surfacing and the way that we're being carried through what is happening right now. If you don't know much about that, I can't tell you much about it. I'm not an astrologer, not my forte. I know a little bit about a little bit, and I'm not going to gaslight you into thinking that I'm a know-all. So if you want to check that out, it's a Barbalt basket, Barbault, that is happening in July. And it happens to also surround Juneteenth, which is a major holiday celebration in the US, at least, in which, thank you, Laren. I don't know if you're in in the chat. I haven't seen you, but thank you for the tips, love. So we've just got a lot going on, and things surrounding that in particular, especially with racism surging and being very blatant out in our faces. As of late, especially in the United States, keep an eye on things, okay? Like I've said before, advocate, step up, be a protector if called upon, okay? If you're in a situation and it warrants that, please don't be afraid to step up, Okay. Now is the time for us all to step up in our own ways. So in our own reality, when we see things, we speak on it, we advocate, we help others, we give that hand up. We're not we're not focusing so much on the self, which a lot of the, world stage players are actually mostly focused on the self. Duncan, get a life, please. He's been in and out already like 3 times. He's currently out, once back in. So there's so much happening, and keep an eye on June. Okay. There's so much going on with human rights atrocities, violations, just I don't probably have to go into too much detail with you guys. I'm sure if you're not seeing it playing out, you're hearing or you're seeing things here and there about it. And if you're not, you're kind of living under a rock, which no shade. Okay. If that's how you can function, if that's the only way you can function, because I know it's heavy. I know there's a lot of super highly sensitive people out here. Okay. That are really dealing with more than we're really built to handle. Okay. So no shame on that. If you are unable to really put yourself out there or view news or other people talking about their experiences. Okay. Another big thing, yesterday in Massachusetts, there was a huge explosion. They say that it was a meteor explosion. I have my solid doubts on that one. Also in South Carolina, same thing, like the sonic boom sound. In, I think, Texas also, and one other place. There's so much going on. I can't remember everything, y'all. So look into that if you don't know anything about it. Lots going on. So this is not in any way to cause fear or to incite panic responses out of anyone. Okay. This is head up, eyes open, head on a swivel. Okay. This is watch everything that goes on. We are here, if we're not here to intervene or advocate or stand up or speak out in some kind of way, then we're here to observe. Okay. We're here to watch everything that's going on, because through us, this energy is being sent off to other planes of existence. So we're just some of us are just here to observe and record and be that receiver for that energy, and then send that back out to whatever, whatever beings we're working with. Okay. And it can be consciously known to you or not. So wherever you're feeling called, whatever you feel called to do at this time is what you should be doing. Listen to your intuition. Don't listen to fear, because it's going to tell you sit down, slide off to the side. Don't say anything. Don't make any waves. Just try to stay safe. Now is not that time. Okay. Yes, stay safe. Yes, protect yourself and others. But we have to stand for something or we'll fall for anything, right? That's kind of how the saying goes. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot of ascension energy, 3 cards of ascension in this spread. Because I did look at it after I pulled the cards, and I was like, I'm just going to be nosy and see what's going on, because I had a few minutes beforehand. So I did kind of nose around in the cards that came out, and we've got some really good stuff happening. Okay. This bottom of the deck card is also a card of ascension, pay raise, new position, new opportunity. Yes, things look really shitty right now. Not going to lie, not going to sugarcoat it. Things look like, how can it get any worse? Things are going to get more chaotic. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Things are going to get worse before they get better. And we're not even at the worst part of it yet. Not to incite fear. Again, make sure that you're prepared with everything going on with oil production and transportation across this earth plane right now. It's smart to make sure that you have the staples, you have the necessities, you're taking care of in your own household, and also, community, right? We've talked about creating community with neighbors, with friends, with people in our area, so that we can take care of one another if it gets to that point. Okay. Which, from what I'm seeing right now with the trajectory, it's going towards that that point. Okay. if if oops, sorry, getting blocked, I'm doing something right. Matt, it is the energy, bro. It's the energy. But yeah, I'm gonna look into that right after we end the feed to see how I can unblock your Facebook from being able to comment. That was just nuts. That's never happened before. So pay raise, new position, opportunity. This is a level up. Level up is ascension. Okay. This first card, bottom of the deck, is talking specifically about leveling up. But all of the nastiness, all of that gunk, all of the underhanded, dirty shit that's been done behind our backs, behind the scenes for so long now, okay, it's being brought to the light so that we can ascend past it, so that we can put a stop to these things, so that we can pivot and create a better world that's more sustainable for the collective. Okay. So it things are shifting, and with shifts, it's messy. Shit's going to be flying around everywhere. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be, unbearable. It for me, I've had to really pull back. I've had to really you know hermit myself, go into hermit mode because of all of this stuff, because I'm so sensitive, because I'm observing, because I'm, seeing these trajectories, and my mind is on 24/7 right now. So physically I have less energy. You might be navigating the energy similarly to me. I have an intention candle. I ask for protection and insights, add names of family and friends, also whoever needs it, light it every day. That's amazing, Lori. Keep doing it, honey. Keep doing it. Hey, Amanda. So with these shifts, yes, things are going to get much better. Yes, we are going to co-create this system that serves the all instead of the few. But in order to get to that point, a lot of people that haven't known about these things for years and years, who haven't been speaking on these things for years and years, those who have been blinded out of either intentional conscious, blinding of themselves, or just being unawakened to what was going on, just trying to, go along with their programming, no reason to interrupt that programming. Now we've got every reason to interrupt that programming. So now more people are awakening to what is going on, how we as a collective society have been manipulated. And it's not just one country or two countries, it's all of them. Okay, it's all of them. It's not left versus right, red or blue, or this or that, or blah blah blah. It's all of them. Okay, they've infiltrated for millennia. Okay, this has been the plan, but they know that their plan is approaching an end. They know that this cannot continue because the stars align for us in our favor, because it's time to take back what's rightfully ours. Thank you, Laren. you you don't have to keep sending it. Thanks for the tips though, dear. So I mean, if you want to go ahead, I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just saying it's sufficient. Thank you. Hey, Kara. So I have been, like I told you guys the last several times that I've gone live, like I have been feeling this tight squeeze. I have been feeling the heaviness of it all. I have been, really in my emotions over what's being brought upon the collective. It's hard to watch, and a lot of the times I have to look away. Like, I'll get a bit of it, I'll get the information I need from it, and then I'll look away. I cannot continue to see these babies being blown up, and all of these atrocities that are happening, not just in Palestine, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which also are dealing with biological warfare at this time, okay, with the dis-ease that is a rare strain. Go fucking figure. There's Ukraine, so much going on right now everywhere, and it's really it's disgusting. It's atrocious, and it's disgusting, and it's unbearable for a sensitive person to see these things happening. I've cried so many times, I can't even count. It's every day. Okay. because my job, my purpose for being here isn't just for myself, isn't just for those that I know and those that I connect with on a personal level. My objective is the greater collective. Okay, my job here is to assist whoever I can, whoever is aligned to hear my messages. Even though I have a small audience, I know that I also have much farther reach than even I'm aware of. Told that through a client's channeling session. Okay, not even for myself. So my focus is always collective focused. It's not just me, it's not just these small groups, it's not just our soul tribe here, it's greater collective energy. And like I'm feeling a huge expansion on the horizon personally with regard to my work, with what I do. Okay, and so that's really also from um another angle, another perspective, put heavier load on me because I am also in my own butterfly soup, my own cocoon stage, right? So there it's just from coming from all directions right now for me personally and for many of you. Okay, so I'm here to say I'm sorry, it's not going to be getting better anytime soon. You're going to explode, you're going to come out of that cocoon, you're going to come into your own with regard to your personal life path and purpose. Okay, so you could be feeling more intense energy coming from that as well, not just what's going on, what's falling away, what's coming to the light to be removed from this plane at this time. You also may very much be feeling a lot of your own ascension energy coming in, and we've been prepared for this. We've had, light code activations, we've had upgrades, we've had downloads, we've had all of these things happening in little bits across the past several years, at least, right? For some of us, it's been longer. Some of us, it's been shorter. We're all on different timelines. But it's all starting to come together, and I can see where things are coming together. I can see the good that's coming in also. But just as much as you can see the bad, you can probably see more of that negative, more of the shadow aspects. But for me personally, with the way that I see things and the trajectories that I can see, I'm seeing so much more good starting to flood in. But it's at this time, for most people, it's not really that observable because everything else, this breaking news and this breaking news and that shocking thing and this horrible thing and this, all of this, it's all coming at us from all angles at the same time, by design. Okay, to try to keep us in the dark, to try to keep us in fear, to try to keep us small, to try to keep us from stepping out and awakening and creating like the creator gods that we are. So there's just so much, and it's okay to stop, take a break, remove yourself from social media if you need to, remove yourself from, spreading yourself too thin across your life right now with your friends, your family, your community, your whatever. Okay, it's all right. You need to nurture yourself because we're in this for the long haul. Okay, this is not a sprint, this is a fucking marathon, and you're going to have to replenish yourself with water. You're going to have a snack, you're going to have some kind of rest before you can fully do your job. Okay, you can't do it when you're burnt out. You need to be nourishing yourself just as much as you're trying to give out that nourishment at this time. Just remaining silent to hear the intuition and act when these nudges are strong. Yes, Matt, that's perfect. You're doing a great job. So these shifts are shifting us into new timelines, into a new reality, that we're gaining momentum here. Okay, and this, we're headed towards that status upgrade, towards this explosion in consciousness. Okay, trust, surrender control, trust what's going on, trust the process. I know it's hard. I've been, I've listen. I've contained it. I haven't like taken my frustrations out on anyone, and at all. But I'm just like, like, okay, I get it. Okay, it's infuriating. It's frustrating. It feels like, what can I do? Okay, I get it. It feels like everything's falling apart, and everything's going really bad. history is going to continue to repeat itself, but it's not. We are breaking free. We have to trust the process, though. And I know it's hard. Hey, Anna, I love you. I know it's hard. I know, no, it's hard. Okay. But you have to trust. You have to stay in your sovereignty. Call back your power. Okay. Giving your power away also looks like, oh, this horrible thing is happening, and breaking down and having, this nervous breakdown or this anxiety panic take over. But it's okay after we've felt that, because you're tapping also into the situation and those who are directly involved with it with your empathic, gift. Okay. But we need to go ahead then and detach, call back our sovereignty, call back our power, because yes, we just gave our power away to that situation that caused us to get all, up in a tizzy over this bullshit. Okay. Reclaim your sovereignty, reclaim the sovereignty of the collective. Okay. Because you as an individual absolutely can do that. And whenever there are more of us doing that, concentrates that power, because we are the creator gods and goddesses, remember? So stand on it. Stand fucking 10 toes down on it. I don't care what they try to threaten, what they try to, how they try to wage war on everyone. Okay. Stand 10 fucking toes down on our sovereignty, on human rights. Okay. Human rights are not negotiable. Okay. They are non-negotiable for anyone. I don't care where you're from, how you were raised, what color your skin is, what color your fucking eyes are, what color. I don't care. Human rights are non-fucking negotiable. And right now, for those people who are treading on others' rights, there's a reckoning. Okay. There's a rebalancing. Remember, we're in this rebalancing period. It's coming. Okay. Cause and effect, what we know as karma. Okay, that rebalancing effect is coming into play. It may not be immediate, but trust, honey, in the long run, it's going to be taken care of. Okay. So trust card keeps coming up for me in my group. I love that, Katie. That's confirmation for you and for all of us. So yes, trust, maintain your own composure, your own control. Lose your shit when you need to. I do it on a daily with some of the things that I've been seeing. I'm like, internally losing my shit. Just that's how I process things. If it's an outward reaction, then it's been a buildup over, it's accumulated, okay, over a long period of time before I get to that point where I'm losing my shit. All right. So internal combustion. Yeah, karma is a real deal, and it's not the way that people believe it to be, or have believed it to be for so long. In effect, it's cause and effect. Okay. Hi, Helena. Nice to see you, gorgeous. Thank you for joining us. But it is the rebalancing, okay? Because you can't have light without darkness and vice versa. The yin and the yang, okay? These concepts that have been around since before recordable history, okay? For this plane, this universe specifically, okay? There are different rules to different places. Anyway, so the way that karma has been played here by the select few who have been manipulating that is they often wars, sorry, I don't, connection issue, I guess. They pay others to off people so that they don't get that direct rebalancing, that karmic hit. They will tell us the truth in movies, which we believe is fiction, okay, only for it to be actual truth, nonfiction, reality, but it's packaged and sold as, oh, this is a movie, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so that's how they've been able to manipulate karma. The laws are shifting. They're, how we have for countries, we'll have like the constitutions, and then we'll have amendments later on, many years later. We're going to add this amendment in, so we're amending what this law said to tweak it to where it fits more for the societal structure that's currently in place and moving forward for our growth. So we don't ever do that kind of thing again, which we all know they're reeling back. They're trying to they're gutting our Bill of Rights, our constitutions, all over the place, not just with the US, okay? So they're trying to take it back, walking shit back to where they're taking power from the people. You see this in trying to redistrict, trying to take away, Black voter rights. You see this in all of the kidnappings that are taking place across this nation for sure. But I just saw the other day that the UK actually has their own version of ICE, and it is ICE. So they're walking back in multiple places because they're trying to rein it in. They're trying to exert more control over the populace because they see the awakening and they can't stop it, but they're going to do whatever they can to stop that. Hey, Jay. So, you know, it's like a lesson review. Okay. We also have Mercury retrograding in July. Okay. So there's big stuff happening over the summer months for the entire collective. Okay. So maintain your sovereignty, advocate, stand up, observe, do whatever you're called to do, whatever your job is, whatever your soul's purpose is at this time. Get ready to step more and more into it, because this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been talking about for the last 3.5 years since we've been linked up together, since I've been doing this with various other people. This is what we have discussed the whole time. We're built for this, guys. We're fucking built for this. We've trained lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We volunteered from other places, not just Earth souls regurgitating themselves back into the plane to respawn and play the game again. This is it. This is it. Okay. I want you to get excited. I don't want you to be in fear. I want you to take that fear, turn it into anger, harness that shit, and put it towards the good, put it towards the shift. You have to get pissed off. That's what this feminine rage is all about, with the divine feminine, the feminine rage. And she's right here. We're going to get to that in a minute, but I told you we're going to talk a lot about all this stuff. It's probably going to take 1.5 to 2 hours to get through this, even though I pulled fewer cards this time. Okay. This is a big message. The UK won't have it for long. I certainly hope not. Because that was devastating. When I saw that, I was absolutely just, I was not aware that racism was as rampant as it is across this earth plane. I thought, from my perspective, from my interactions, from my, relationships with other people who look like me, white people, I can't believe how much people have covered it up and hidden it. But the hidden is coming to light right now. But that was absolutely devastating when I saw that. And they're very much like the ones here, so I hope y'all get rid of it real soon. But it's all going to be taken care of. It's all going to come to an end eventually. But they're throwing their temper tantrums, toddler-sized temper tantrums, and shitting in their pants, world leaders, while they're losing. Okay, so again, they're losing. Victory, baby. Accomplishing goals. Relish in your success. Celebrate it. Get excited for it, because it's already fucking here. High vibrations. That's us. Love, compassion, forgiveness, and oneness. Chaos does sometimes have to happen before you can really see the compassion in others come out, without regard for race or cultural or religious differences. Okay, just like I've talked about since we started this podcast, when we were feral frequencies, I've talked about this the whole time. When things like hurricanes, natural disasters, and things like that happen, where all of these people have to come together because they don't have the aid, they don't have the federal funding, or whatever happens, or they're taking their sweet time, or they're doing it wrong, or whatever. Okay, you see neighbors rushing in to help one another without asking, hey, are you gay? Hey, are you trans? Hey, are you black? Hey, are you white? Hey, are you whatever? Okay, sometimes shit has to hit the fan before people's humanity can be awakened. Okay, and there are some that have very little of that hidden and buried deep down inside, and those are the ones where this purge is necessary. This is where it has to evoke that humanness from you. Okay, if you're going to break the programming, even at the lowest levels, even with the people that are so deep and stuck and have their heels dug into that programming, they have to have these things brought up within them too. So, hey, Steph, even the banks are losing right now. Yes, absolutely. There's a Clarity Act in the works relating to cryptocurrency and regarding the new financial system. Awesome, Anna. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. And yes, you're absolutely 100% right. Banks are like they're floundering right now, okay? The system is already crumbling. We're seeing it in real time, okay? And there's a crash coming. Okay, they're rigging it so they can try to extract as much as they possibly can before the whole thing completely goes up in smoke. Sometimes the shit hits the fan and sometimes the shit hits Stefan. I mean, sometimes the shit hits Kristen too. So I feel you on that one. So it's happening. Okay, don't obsess too much over it. Don't get, tunnel vision. Don't hyper focus on the shit that's going wrong, the shit that's going bad. Remember to take time to see all the things that are going good, see all the people that are starting to mobilize, that are starting to come together, that are starting to fight and advocate for human decency, right? For human rights that are non-negotiable. Again, human rights, non-fucking negotiable. Okay, Duncan, I'm going to let this cat in or else he's just going to keep going. And we can't have that. Come on, Duncan. Jeez Louise. My kitty child. Okay. So, I know I'm getting passionate. I'm getting heated. I'm starting to warm up here. The energy is flowing. It's popping. Okay. Busy watching others on and narcissism is basically what this card says. Don't get tunnel vision on the dark shit, okay? Because what happens when we focus on the dark shit, the unwanted shit, it grows, okay? Which observe it, yes, disassociate from it. Feel it when you need to, if you need to, because we also have to be feeling and expressing those collective emotions from those who are being victimized, those who are being attacked, those who are being, having these atrocities inflicted upon them. Yes, we're going to have to feel it. I know it's uncomfortable. I know that it's unbearable at times, okay? But small doses, express that through you. Okay, express that, because the more that it's bottled up in the collective, the more it permeates, the more, cancer metastasizes, right? Okay, so yes, it is our job to observe it. We're supposed to witness, okay? Bear witness, okay? Bear witness to this. Process some of that emotion and then remove yourself from it. Dissociate from it. And a lot of us have perfected this, okay? If we grew up in horrific childhoods or had very traumatic periods of our life where we had to, for our own survival, dissociate from that, that is a gift, okay? It's not always seen as such. It's seen as bypassing. And we're not talking about bypassing this. We're talking about, yes, getting in there, feeling it, expressing it, then removing the connection so it no longer personally impacts us, okay? You can do it, go back and forth with it if you need to, if that's what you feel drawn to do, if that's what you feel called to do, which is something that I have. So yes, we're purging this emotion. We're not allowing it to stay stuck in the collective, okay? Remove from it and then focus on the good that's coming in, focus on being the good, focus on advocacy, focus on, not turning a blind eye to what is happening just because it's not happening to you in your personal experience or in your neighborhood or in your city, or because where I live, none of that is happening. None of what's going on in the collective is really touching where I live, okay? Though we do have a predominantly white population, we also have a very healthy population of Latino culture here, okay, from various countries south of the US, okay, not just Mexico. We have our hospital uses traveling doctors and nurses and medical staff, okay? So we have an abundance of actually very diverse people. We have a lot of our more generously melanated brothers and sisters working here, just, in this community, working and living here. So, and that's not happening where I am, but there are, it's happening everywhere. Okay. Um, so even though that kind of thing is not taking place in my neck of the woods here where I live my 3D life, I'm still seeing it. I'm still feeling it. I'm still processing it with regard to the collective, with regard to, and I live not close to any big cities at all, like hours to get to one, you know what I mean? So of course it's not going to really impact a lot where I live. But I can serve my purpose by getting on here, by talking with you guys, by speaking with others who are in these areas, and bouncing ideas and helping to support one another in any way that we possibly can right now. This is what we're meant to do. And some of us are placed in situations kind of like where I am, like away from all of everything that's going on for the most part. To be the observer, to hold that high frequency, to help to process the lower frequencies, because I myself have been traumatized since day one. Okay, since before I exited the womb. My mother was pregnant with me when my father beat her so badly that she was hospitalized, and then she came down with spinal meningitis as a result. Like, I was in utero when that happened. So my existence has been trauma after trauma after trauma, and I've had to process, I've had to heal, I've had to do all of this on my own with basically not much support from anyone close to me in my life. Okay, that's just by design, because whether they were intentional about it or they had their own traumas and shit that they were dealing with that kept them away from helping to support me while I was going through everything. I have had to do it for the most part alone, on my own. Okay, so for someone like me, I am well versed in trauma and healing. Okay, just from walking my own path, just from being alive. Okay, from the time I was forming in the womb up until now. Okay. Hey, Carl. Karma is going to karma. They're playing it out their balance, or they volunteered to bring focus to the atrocities. Either way, we honor them. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Carl. You're a beautiful soul too, sweetheart. So it's playing out. Okay, don't just hyper focus on all the negative shit. We're welcoming in the good shit. It's coming in to replace all of this darkness that has to surface. We have, like, okay, gross, but check it out. A zit, okay? A zit. All that pus, think of it as like one of those big, huge, like festering ones that really hurts and like has a knot in your skin and stuff. You have to like get that gross stuff out, right? The pus. I don't like talking about this because I'm kind of squeamish when it comes to this too. So bear with me. But you have to get it out. Like when I had my first C-section, I was decomposing from the inside out from my incision. Little did I know that my Ehlers-Danlos had a lot to do with why I wasn't healing properly. Thank you, Steph. But when I went into the doctor's office, they didn't send me to hospital. I had to go straight to my OBGYN a week after giving birth, okay? Because it was hurting and it was smelling and it's starting to leak this stuff. So they had to like squeeze this stuff out of my abdomen because it was like, it had festered so much. It had almost gone through the fascia, okay, to my internal organs. Like, it was infected really bad. And they had to get all this stuff out. They had to squeeze it out. They had to get all the gunk out, all the nastiness out. Okay, we had to do that before I could pack the wound with gauze that was, saturated in saline. You had to soak it in saline and then like a ribbon, fold it over itself and like pack it down in there for it to heal from the inside out. Okay. That is very much what's happening right now. We have a bunch of festering wounds that are decomposing, that like, can really unalive everyone. Okay. I'm trying to dance around this a little bit just for like, so I don't get, by the platforms. So we have to get it out. It has to come to the surface. It has to come out. All that shit that's festering within the collective sphere, okay, it has to be brought to the surface. It has to be purged. It has to be drawn out so that we can heal it from the inside out, okay? I know it sounds disgusting. Thank you for bearing with me while I described all of that. Trust me, it was horrendous to be the one stinking up the entire doctor's office with the decomp smell. And it was strong. I'm going to tell you, like, I was apologizing to everyone in there. Okay. That was 20, almost 21 years ago. So it is stuck. Okay. It's stuck. And I had to heal my own wound. I had to pack my own incision. I had to do all that myself. Like, I've done all my own healing for me. um, so celebrate the good things that are coming and celebrate that everything's crashing, celebrate that everything's crumbling around us. Okay. Not saying celebrate all of the atrocities that are happening. I have no words. I have no words. A lot of it is hidden from us by the mainstream media, blah, blah, blah. Go to TikTok. There are real people with real world experience that are in, wherever these zones are, that are experiencing this shit in real time. And everyone has a phone with a camera that can broadcast to the internet now, right? So now we can actually see it in real time, see what our brothers and sisters are experiencing as they're experiencing it. Okay. Trigger warning before you go watch any of that. Trigger warning, because it's raw, it's real, it's unredacted. Okay. So if you feel drawn, go ahead and do that. But Loki, are you serious? What's wrong? Oh, he's mad because Duncan is laying on my spot, and Loki likes to lay on my spot when I'm not in it. He just hissed at him. So we're celebrating. We have to get up off our ass and do something, right? Four of Swords in the reverse. This is coming out of that healing period, coming out of that, internal cocoon stage. It's coming out of that hermit mode, all right? And it's actually doing something, being productive, getting, after that healing period, that internalizing, that sifting and sorting. Now it's time to step out. Now it's time to actually put what you've learned into practice. Sir, I gotta let Duncan back out again, y'all. I hope one of these boys let you out. Will someone let Duncan outside? Thank you. It's not raining anymore. Otherwise he's just gonna be in and out, in and out, in and out the whole time. But now is the time. Now is the time we do something. Prep yourself for the crash. Yes, Matt. Absolutely. 10 of Swords, because it's dead, done, and over with. We're walking away from that. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith version of the 10 of Swords, it's a man on the ground with 10 swords in his back, okay? But he's gesturing with his hand, and it means new beginnings, abundance, fertility, a new cycle, a new phase. So yes, the old is dying, is dead, it's over with. We're just seeing that manifesting in real earth time, what's already happened in the quantum realms. So yes, it's going to be, most of the world leaders, will say, at this time actually have Leo either as their sun sign or their rising sign. So they're going to be loud about it. They're the toxic, imbalanced, unawakened version of the Leo energy. So yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be loud. They're going to do whatever they can to take out as many souls with them on their way down. Okay. But they are on their way down nonetheless. See them getting sucked down that hole. Okay. They're gone. They're being flushed out, but it's not going to be pretty for any of us because we live here, because we share this, because, we are part of this collective that is being impacted, whether you're directly impacted or not. Okay. So hold that vision, visualization, seeing yourself in the desired outcome. Hold Gaia in your vision right now. Visualize all of the creatures of Gaia, and, including human beings, but flora, fauna, human, whatever. Okay. Hold that in a higher vision. Okay. Expect it, ruminate in it, dream about it, allow all of those feel good emotions to surface while you're visualizing. Okay. And then apply your action where necessary, where called, in whatever situation you're put into, where you see imbalance, call it out. Okay. If you're having a discussion with someone who knows nothing about what's going on, plant seeds. Okay. Speak on it, highlight things that are happening right now. Kind of triggering them into feeling something. Okay. That's not manipulation. That's, here's a bit of information that you've been grazing over, or you've been glossing over, or you've been trying to ignore, or you just haven't come across, but here's this piece, here's this wisdom, here's this seed. Now think about that if it was you. Or, hey, you know what? I just heard you say something that is racist. I just heard you say something that's DL racist or blatant racist or what the fuck ever. Call them out. Make them repeat themselves. Make them listen to themselves when they repeat themselves and say, that is not normal. That is not okay. You know, you can call people out, and you should, especially if you have skin color that looks like mine. Okay. We need to be doing our part because our ancestors didn't. Our ancestors let it happen. Our ancestors created it. Not all of us. I know I've got people from all over the world, not just in the United States, not just in the UK. Racism is happening in Australia too. Like, it's everywhere. And it's all because of the colonizers and what they did, you know, for the past several thousand years. Okay. So reparations need to be made. Consciousness needs to be shifted. Okay. People need to become aware of even the subtle ways that they may not even realize that racism is oozing out of them. Okay. So wherever you are, whatever you're called to do it. Okay. Write a song. Yeah. That's a beautiful way to do it. So sorry, I'm just, okay, making sure I didn't miss any comments for me. So where we have been, you know, not putting forth very much effort, or where we've been in hermit mode, or we're being called up out of that. Okay. But some of us, like I said, we're on different timelines. So some of us are still very much in the hermit mode, and it's for various different reasons. Okay. It's because we're about to be activated in certain ways at a certain point in time, you could say. When everything is right, when circumstances are just right, you're going to get this download, or you're going to get this light code, some kind of awakening, and then you're going to go ahead and perform your function. Okay. We're all about to be called, and that's why I'm feeling like this impending sensation. It's not impending doom. I've told you guys about that. Like, when something really bad is about to happen, I always get the sense of like impending doom, and then something will happen. It's not the impending doom. But it's something like is very huge. It's something very big that is impending, that it is coming in. We're about to feel, you know, this wave is about to come crashing down on all of us, but it is not doom and gloom. It is not all of that negativity. It's a cleansing, it's a washing over, but it's going to be intense. Okay. It's intense now, and it hadn't even really taken effect yet. I'm racist about stupidity. We're all the same color on the inside. Exactly. So, and there are programming, y'all, programming for hundreds and even thousands of years. The racist programming has been embedded for thousands of years, but in the last couple hundred on this, you know, chunk of land that I reside on. But it's been playing out throughout the recorded history. Okay. So there are subtle things that a lot of people wouldn't even realize that are, you know, rooted in racism. So, you know, start to become conscious of these things within yourself, so that we can purge that, so we can let it go, so we don't allow that programming to run in stealth mode anymore, because that's exactly by design. So become awakened, become more aware. Okay. I know all y'all is awakened. Okay. We never stop awakening. We awaken to deeper and deeper truths. We awaken to more and more things as we walk our path. So, really start to call yourself out, to hold yourself accountable as well as others. Okay. Because somebody's got to do it. We can't allow this shit to happen anymore. We have to say no fucking more. Those are my brothers and sisters in humanity. Those are not us versus them. They're not the other, you know. It's sickening. It's appalling. I'm still grappling with it. If you didn't notice. We have new beginnings, presents, surprises with the gifts card. This is also could be, you know, another card of ascension energies, if you will. So this would be card number 4 that actually came out in the spread, talking about ascensions, talking about gifts, talking about new beginnings, things getting bigger, things getting better. Okay. We have the strength card right above that. This is the divine feminine. Okay. The strength card, I usually don't take it as one energy or the other. It exists in whatever context for the spread. Okay. But in every version I've seen of the tarot, at least, the strength card is a female. And it doesn't matter gender, blah, 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 whatever. Gender doesn't compute here. Okay. So it's the feminine energy. And we've heard about the divine feminine coming back with a vengeance, right? We've heard that. We've heard, the dark feminine, Lilith, okay, coming back around, really welling up within the collectives. We've heard about the feminine rage that's meant to really help to bring back the divine feminine, because the divine feminine isn't just, oh, I'm meek and I listen to men and I don't make waves. And no, she is unapologetic. She is just. She is fair. She nourishes. Okay. She's the life giver. You fuck with a mama bear and you find out. Okay. The masculine isn't the only protector. Actually, the masculine energy in its wounded state has inflicted more tragedy, terror, fear, and overall just nastiness over the entire collective, but most especially towards the female born collective. Okay, so this is Mama Bear coming to protect her creation. Gaia is coming back online to protect her creation. You see, and yes, there are, weather modifications and seeding and all that crazy shit that they do. Yes. However, they couldn't do it without Gaia allowing it to happen. Okay, period. End of fucking story. Energetic weapons, energetic resonance, causing these kinds of things. If Gaia did not allow that to happen, it wouldn't happen. Okay, because she can offset resonance and frequencies. Okay, so it's not even about that. The crust is shifting. The tectonic plates are shifting. We have volcanic activity. We're releasing pressure, right? We're shifting. She's starting to set up now. She's taking notice. She's starting to ready herself. She's birthing also her new creation into being. And female lions are fierce. I've seen mama lions beating the crap out of her mate when the mate has treated her cub in a bad way. Yeah, exactly. She don't fuck around, right? No fear, okay? All of you mama bears, I guarantee if your child or a child in your presence has ever been in some kind of danger or anything, I guarantee even if you don't think you're tough or really act like you're tough or mean or anything like that in your regular life, just see what happens when we're provoked. You know what I mean? So she is the fiercest protector. The masculine energy backs it up, grounds everything, helps, assists and supports. It's more of a supportive force. So now we've got this feminine energy standing in her strength and her power. Okay. And that's not just in the females. That's also in my divine masculines. Okay. Because y'all have your masculines and your feminines balanced to whatever degree for you, blah, 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 whatever work you've been doing on yourself. You know what I mean? So it's not just calling out gender. We're not doing gender-based shit here. But with the mothers and the feminine, making that was making a point. Okay. And like I said, yes, the feminine is coming back. The matriarchy is going to be, as always, the natural way of things, because we've been living in an unnatural way of things under the patriarchy. The matriarchy is the natural way of it. Okay. But that does not mean that male gendered humans aren't going to be part of this infrastructure. Okay. It just means we're going to be operating from the matriarchal paradigm, which is the natural way of it, which is our femininity, our love, our nurturing, our care for those other than ourselves, is in focus, because under the patriarchy it's been just me, just I'm looking out for number one type of thing. And that's where we've seen all of these politicians, celebrities, anyone who, gets rich, gets wealthy, they're stepping on everyone else under them. They're not worried about anyone else's well-being other than their own and their family unit and their legacy, their wealth. Okay. We're shifting away from that now. Now it's going to be the collective, the community. We're looking out for everyone. No one's left behind. We're not stepping on other people just to get to the top, because it's lonely at the top, honey. It's lonely up there. So now we're under this huge shift, and that's why you see women's rights being stripped away. That's why you see femicide spiking, country to country. It's because the patriarchy, just by design, by programming, and that's these male antagonists that actually go and do these things, are just that programming is coming online, or it's been running the whole time, and they're getting more brazen about it, right? So that's why you see all of these things surfacing, all of this horrific stuff, but it's for a reason. That programming is becoming obsolete. It is dying out. So it's going to, really crop up everywhere at this point. So we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Page of Wands right next to that Strength card. So much divine feminine energy here. And it's the passionate divine feminine. These are wands, baby. The wands are fire, our passion. That is sacral chakra energy. That Queen of Wands, bitch, she is on point right now. And enough people are getting pissed off, not only females, for all of the suppression, all of the, and the pain being inflicted on everyone else that she cares about, because it's a community, it's love of family, of community, of collective. Okay. Enough of us are getting pissed off. Our feminine energy, not just the females, not just the gendered females. Okay. We're getting pissed off. These parts of us, that divine feminine, is really starting to rage now. Okay. And that's why you see so many activists, so many people standing up, so many people out there, boots on the ground, or, using their platforms to speak on everything, to change or avoid these laws coming into power, into being passed, right? So we're taking action. Wands is action energy. It's passionate action. It's, you're not going to fucking do this anymore. We're doing something about it type energy. Okay. This is that warrior energy, because right beneath that Queen of Wands, baby, she's the warrior. This is standing in our truth. This is standing 10 fucking toes down on what is just and what is fair, what is right for the all, not just for the few. And the all are starting to awaken to the manipulation, and they're starting to really get into it. Whatever faction, whatever their roles are, that's what they're stepping into. And you see it, everywhere. And this is part of the beauty that I'm seeing, that even though, all of these atrocities had to take place, even though they're still taking place, you see these beautiful people coming to be front and center, boots on the ground, to advocate, to fight for, to bring awareness to. We're not fighting against, we're fighting for, we're bringing awareness so that we can create better. And this is how the new earth goes. This is how things are supposed to go. So being that warrior and standing in your truth, standing in your path and your purpose, and fucking shining that light unabashedly, unashamed, and without regard for any repercussion. Okay, be safe, of course, but it's a now or never. Okay, and there are so many people, and it's beautiful. It gives me, like, for several months, y'all, recently, I was in this space, like, I do not see how humanity can get through this. I'm not seeing it. Like, how can we be, as a collective, how can we be this deeply programmed, or this deep in hate and fear? How is this even possible? Because I've been past that myself personally for a very, very, very long time. Most of my life, if not all of it. Okay. Because none of that ever computed. None of that ever made sense to me. So I was able to see it, but others weren't. And many, many, many others weren't. Okay. So for the past several months, I've been like, how? Like, I know my downloads, I know all of this stuff is, we've already won and this and that and everything, we're shifting and it's going to be much better and it's going to be, we're going to actually ascend and come up out of all this bullshit. But I'm like, this is a mess. Like, how are we supposed? But now I'm seeing more and more people start to take action. More and more people start to stand up. Now is the time to rise. Okay, now is the time to rise. So that warrior spirit is really coming through very strong with so many right now across this earth plane. And it's so inspiring to see this happen, because now, my doubts are starting to really dissipate very quickly the more I'm seeing, because now it's like the uprising is happening. It's like, yeah, there are still very few that are doing it, but like it's coming in waves, right? So we're starting to see this, and now I'm like, whew, hold on it. Like, it's happening. I've had my doubts, okay? I've had my doubts many, many, many times. I'm not gonna lie about it. I have had my doubts, and even personal experiences with collaborating with other people who are supposed to be in the spiritual communities too, and then how, very different our perspectives ended up being. I was just like, I have no hope. How? But I see it now, and I'm glad that I trusted. I'm glad that I kept on. I'm glad that I kept at it, and I kept, knowing. I had that knowing, but all of the doubt was clouding, and I'm like, how? But it's here. We're standing up. We're being present. We're standing up to be counted, because we're standing for what it is that we want to create. And we don't want to live in this fucking shitstorm anymore. Okay. We are ready to ascend. We are raising our vibration. We are raising our consciousness by bringing light to it, by speaking on it, by, being present and being very much in support of those who are making a difference. Even if you feel like you can't make a difference, or whatever difference you can make is very small and minuscule and, not memorable. Yes, it fucking is. It takes all of us in whatever capacity that we have for doing that. It takes all of us. We are the all. We are the collective. No one's coming to save us but ourselves. When we start doing the work and we start getting this consciousness shifted, and get that momentum behind it, and things start really changing, that's when we have interaction with, extraterrestrials, ultra terrestrials, whatever these other beings, our brothers and sisters in this multiverse, okay, interdimensional beings and things of that nature. That's when we can start really interacting, because for now, we're seen as a population that has given over our sovereignty to these select few that give us permission to or not to, interact with dolphins. Like, there's a law against being able to speak with dolphins. Like, who a regular person, okay, I'm talking about regular people who in their right mind would think to even talk to a dolphin, but who would think it was illegal to communicate with them. Honey, they're from Sirius, okay? The Sirius constellation. They are not from here. And they're highly intelligent. They use sound resonance, okay? There's reasons why we're not allowed. There's reasons why dolphin-assisted births, who've been proven time and time and time again to be like the ultimate safe experience for mother and baby, and dolphins act as midwives to help a woman birth her child. It's been proven to be crazy successful, but it's not allowed. You have to ask why, right? We know why. So in order to be able to have this open communication and interact and really become part of the intergalactic family, is we got to knock out these motherfuckers who think that they're the end all be all. I give permission to the collectives to do, yeah, and whales too, to do or not to do whatever, because as a collective we have allowed this to happen. That is seen as permission. Now we're taking our shit back. Now we're taking our rights back. Now we're taking our true positions as the creator beings that we are. So once we are fully sovereign as a species, okay, that's when we can start really becoming an active player in the intergalactic and interdimensional multiverse. So it's gonna be great, but we're not there yet. So that's when these things can happen. So we're ascending past, because we got the ascension card right here, right next to that baby. We have greed, control, manipulation, and selfish intent. We're ascending past that, and the greed, the control, the manipulation, all of that shit. The narcissists are the ones running the fucking show. They're our world leaders. They like to call themselves that. They're not leading shit. Okay? We're ascending past all of that. We are ascending. We are walking up the fucking steps to heaven on earth. We're creating heaven on earth, which is how it was meant to go the entire time. We were in this period of darkness. We were supposed to forget who the fuck we were. We were supposed to forget how powerful we were. We were supposed to, go along with the status quo and be taken care of and harvested, okay, by these individuals who exert their power and control that they've made up. Okay, we're awakening. This is part of human evolution. This is part of the evolutionary cycle, period. Every planet, every plane has to go through something similar. There are different degrees, there are different rules, there are gravity in some places, gravity in not some places. You know what I mean? Like everywhere is different. Something like this has to happen in order to evolve, to be in that higher consciousness, to actually be in our creator God status. Okay, we had to learn what not to do before we can really learn what we can do and what we should do. Okay, so we've been kept in the dark for a reason. It's all by design. We're ending that shit. We're here now. Okay, we're here now to save us. Aw, I heard about that, Holly. So we are headed towards, we're bridging heaven and earth right here, the Hierophant. This does stand for the way things have always been done. This is like status quo. This is like generational shit, but this is not the status quo of here. This is not the way that generational shit has run thus far on this plane. This is our true connection to our creator beings, to our higher selves. That's why we embody more and more of our higher self every single day when we're on this spiritual journey. True people on the spiritual journey, not just the ones that want to cosplay spirituality just to become like a guru and like, a creator on social media, influencer, whatever, just to gain clout and fame. Okay, anyone who's on a true spiritual path is on this path to embrace more and more of their higher self every single day, embody it, and project that out. Okay, so that's what we're headed towards. We're headed towards great abundance, guys. Great abundance. What is rightfully ours by divine decree is coming. Okay, but they're gonna try to make you think that you ain't shit. You aren't going to inherit this, these great gifts and abilities. You're not going to inherit this land. You're not in control of anything. We're in control of. They're going to continue pushing that narrative as long as they possibly fucking can, but no one's believing it anymore. No one's believing it anymore, and that is what re-inspires my hope in humanity, because let me tell you again, it was dwindling for a while. Yes, shadow governments are coming to light. Absolutely, Matt. Show the world the real you on that note. Full moon in Aquarius. Culminations. Everything that is not forward thinking, not for the collective all, not towards expanding, technologically, just expanding for the betterment of the entire plane. Everything that is not of that frequency is going to be revealed. It's going to be shown. It's going to be shown in ugly ways. They're rearing their ugly fucking heads right now. Shit that they don't want loose. You know, there's hot mics left and right, hearing the truth and like all this being exposed, whistleblowers, this and that everywhere. Okay. That has to be done so that everyone, not just the ones who, we don't need the proof. We already been knowing what's been going on for a long time now, right? We don't need the proof. It's being revealed so that the ones that do need the proof, or the ones that haven't been knowing the whole time, are going to have these aha moments, realizations. They're going to start connecting dots. They're going to start getting pissed off. They're going to start coming in and doing something about it too. This is where we really get a bulk of the collective on our side now, because those of us who have been practicing the awakened journey, that have been doing the work, that have been doing the healing, that have been holding that high frequency, now is when it's paying off, because those high frequencies have started bringing this shit up, and it's going off left and right. And these people who have been blinded to it, again, whether they've done that intentionally or not, they can no longer avoid it. They can no longer deny that this is what's happening. And then they're just going to get pissed off, and they're going to get right behind the collective. Like, this is how things shift. Yes, Matt. So show the world the real you. Step into your role. Step into your purpose. Your path has brought you thus far. It's time to embody the true version of you, the true creator God version of you, your highest self. Okay. It's time to really allow that to shine. It's time to really shed the spotlight on things that need to have the spotlight shown on them. Be bold and make the first move with that cardinal moon, baby. We got a lot of pink and purpley energies, because with the cards that came out, I'm going to show you in a minute. This is heart chakra. Okay. The pinky, purpley, and the green, we know those are both associated with heart chakra energy. This is a heart opening energy. Be bold and make the first move. Be bold and stand in your fucking power. Stand in your purpose. This is what you've been practicing for this moment, okay? Across lifetimes, across different planes of existence. This is what you've trained for. This is what you've done in other realms and other worlds multiple times. You have the practice. You just forget whenever we come through the veil of forgetfulness here, okay? But you're remembering. It's time to wake up. It's time to remember. And don't worry if you're feeling a little stuck, or you don't know what's going on, or you don't know how to proceed forward. Don't put yourself under pressure, okay? It's not your time yet. Everyone's on different timelines. Everyone's going to be activating kind of simultaneously, but we're all on our different timelines. So mine might have activated, weeks ago, or it might activate a week from now, or it might activate today, or whatever. And then yours might be a couple weeks later, or a couple weeks before that. We're all different. Okay. We all have our different functions to play. So if you're not feeling that, if you're not aware of how you're supposed to step into that role right now, it's not time for you yet. You haven't received that. Okay. Activate. Now's the time to go. Now's the time to pop off. Okay. You haven't received that yet. Just be patient. Just do your hermit thing, nurture yourself, hold it down, ground yourself, help others if you need to, whatever. Okay. But your time is coming. You just haven't been activation on yet. Doing chakra themed meditations through this time. I love that, Katie. That's awesome. Higher heart is rose gold. I love rose gold. Yes, Matt. Rose gold is like my favorite gold ever. So this purple energy, we're going to talk about in a minute, but this card has the green and purple on it. It's new moon in Taurus with prosperity lies ahead. Again, abundance, prosperity. We are inheriting our birthright just by existing, just by being birthed here. We are inheriting our creator God status. That means everyone prospers. That means there is no homeless problem. There is no wealth inequality issue. This means everyone fucking thrives because that's the way it's meant to be. We're not supposed to come here and be enslaved to work, to live, and to eat on a planet that we were born onto. That's not the natural way of it. Ask the birds, ask the bees, ask the fucking, all of the flora and fauna. They don't pay rent. They don't pay for their food. We're not supposed to. This is a construct that was created for, enslavement and empowerment. And I'm sorry, but it's not rigged in a way that you're meant to be empowered, or me, or them, or them, or them. Okay. It's just not. But we're awakening. A personal issue reaches resolution. Right behind that, we're not going to go over that too much, but full moon in Cancer, a lot of full moon energies taking place right now within the spread. This is culmination energy. This is everything has the spotlight on it. And what do you know, guys? We have the Sagittarius full moon. It's a blue moon. It's a micro moon. So think about microscopic things are going to be seen. Okay. Things that are hidden, things that are done, without most people knowing, things are revealed. Okay. This energy is going to last yesterday, today, tomorrow, but you're going to see it playing out. You're going to see it playing out over a couple of years. Okay. So don't allow this, what's surfacing to hold you back. We have don't let your past hold you back right behind that, but we're not going to grab that. We're focusing on energy gaining momentum. Okay. With the waxing moon. This is wax on. Okay. When it's waning, it's waxing off. I do the like Karate Kid thing, wax on, wane off. That's how I made my brain remember it. Okay. So, the energy is gaining momentum. The shadows are phasing out, the light is phasing in. Tonight we have the full moon in Sagittarius again, and baby, we have the full moon in Sagittarius right here. Look at the bigger picture. Don't pay attention to all the horrible things that are happening. Hey Lori, hey Suzanne, love you guys. Because Sagittarius is the archer. Okay. That arrow has to be drawn back before it can fling forward. Okay. And the archer also observes, is very, keen on what's going on visually. Okay. So keep that in mind. Archer is also a warrior. So, we had that warrior here. Okay. But we're bringing culmination to the things that hold us back, because Sagittarius is very fun, very spontaneous, very much about balance for the highest good, right? As an energy. So anything that is not serving the highest good of the all is going to be brought to light. It's falling away, but it has to hit the light first. It has to hit our consciousness first, our conscious awareness first. So confirmation, like really, that's what I thought whenever this card came out, because I know tonight is the full moon in Sag. And I was like, I picked that deck today for a reason, and like it's surprising but not at the same time. We have another ascension card here talking about the ascension. The energy for ascension is gaining momentum. We're headed towards the apex where things start to really take off in our favor. But you're still going to see the shit dying off at the same time. Sacred space. And this is under the look at the bigger picture Sagittarius full moon card here. Sacred space. You are your sacred space. Okay. Again, if you feel like you need to go within, do hermit mode for a little bit, nourish yourself, take care of, wrapping other things up with your life personally, also being collective focused. Okay. So, grounding whenever you're seeing shit popping off in the collective, grounding, sending protection. I'm sorry, my kids are getting crazy right now, and it's the energy and the conversation is gaining too. So, shit's getting loud. Okay. Shit's getting loud. They're having a good time, but it's getting loud. So if things get overwhelming for you or start to get too loud, don't be afraid to go into your sacred space within. But also if you have like your magical space, your altar, your meditation room, your meditation corner, whatever it is that you have that you can utilize, going outside, meditating in nature, grounding, earthing, doing what you can to really connect with Gaia, feed your energy into Gaia. And for those of you who are gender females and you are still you're still ovulating, you're still having your menstrual cycle, consider putting your menstrual blood into Mama Gaia. Okay, take it out in your yard. You can get it on a little piece of toilet paper or some kind of whatever, or if you use a cup or whatever, okay, bury that shit in your yard. Allow Gaia to soak in, because stem cells are located in our period blood, okay? And I know the guys might be a little squeamish over this one, but big fucking tough luck, okay? Just deal with it. So that is really a really good way to really help to contribute to Gaia, to rejuvenating her, to putting these stem cells back into the ground, to putting this life force energy into Gaia, because she gives it to us so much. Okay, so if you feel called, drawn to do that kind of thing, absolutely do that. There's actually a movement of a lot of female witchy people that are actually doing this, whether they're called to do it or whether they find out about it by another witchy person. But this is that feminine energy. We're grounding that feminine energy into Gaia, literally. Okay, so go ahead and do that if you are of menstruating capability. Like if you have your junk, some people had their junk removed. I get it. Most of my family had their junk removed, not me. Love you, Holly. Boost your products, names in YouTube. Oh yes, thank you, Holly. Yeah. I don't know how much I'm gonna do on the product front of things right now, because shipping has increased like ridiculously. But yeah, and they're doing it on ley lines too. Yeah, Holly, that's so true. So consider it, okay? If you are able to menstruate, then absolutely, I would definitely advise you to connect with Gaia in that way. Sacred space, truth. We have the truth with this bald eagle that's supposed to represent truth. But we know it doesn't represent that in the US. Anyway, truth is coming to light. We are soaring above all of the lies, all of the mistruths, the untruths, the misunderstandings, the fear, the propaganda, the manipulation, all of that shit. We're rising above. We're awakening to that, okay? And with this Sagittarius full moon, it's really gonna help, kick this into high gear. So we've got the truth surfacing. You can no longer look away. All right, time to give rather than to take with the new moon in Virgo. This is, like I said, we're all in different timelines. So if you're still feeling that bogged down feeling, or you're just exhausted, or you're just feeling kind of stuck, don't know what to do, don't know like what actions to take, or how to stand in your purpose and stand in your power, or whatever, just nurture yourself right now. Your time is coming. You just haven't had that activation start just yet. We're all meant to, it's like a time release. We're like time released little light worker capsules here, right? So we're all meant to start popping off at our own time, which is basically collectively in the same time frame, but there's a reason why some are activating earlier than others, and why it's taking others a little longer to activate them, because we all have different jobs. There are different waves of energy. Okay, so don't think that you're insignificant, or that you can't do anything, or that you're not supposed to do anything, because your time is coming. It's just not yet. Okay, just sit and wait, nurture yourself, make sure that you're drawing all your power back to yourself. That way you can stand more in your power on purpose when your time to activate comes online. Okay, but give more than you take right now, because so much is being leached from the collective. So much is being leached from us. Like if you can give to a friend in need, if you can help out another person, then absolutely do that. Okay, now is the time where we should all be giving as much as we possibly can to the betterment of Gaia, to the betterment of the collective, of society, of our communities. Now is the time to really feed our light, our souls into everything that we do. Remember, working with intention. So giving more than you're taking right now, because this is going to get, this is going to be what helps us gain momentum. It's going to be what gets us over the hump. Okay, and the hump being the speed bumps of like these carcasses that are still somehow operating in office right now. Sexual energy, reconnect to that sacral energy, ladies. Like I talked about, root sacral energy with Gaia, with the menstrual blood. Okay, and grounding that into Gaia. But sexual energy, that's harnessing your creator God energy, God goddess energy. So That's going to be ramping up. Work with it, flow with it. Channel it into things that, like hobbies, things that you enjoy, or your work. If you love your work and what you do, channel it into that. Channel it into helping others, to build up your community, to bring attention and awareness to different things, whatever aspect that falls in for you, because everyone, like I said, has their own calling, has their own thing going on, has their own function to perform in this shift. But it's here, it's now. The world is changing under our feet. So it's time to stand when you're called, and you're called at a different point in time. All of us are. And this is, it's happening. So get excited, celebrate that this is happening. And I know how hard it is to celebrate that this is all happening when there's so much horrific shit happening collectively for so many people. But we have to also celebrate what's coming in as we're mourning what is leaving. And there's going to be a lot of souls who won't be joining us in the new beginning that Gaia is having. And that's because different reasons. They came to serve the purpose of the martyr, or the one who has to give up so much just to have attention brought to certain things. So we love and respect those souls who came to perform those functions, and the best way in order to support and facilitate what is taking place, and why those souls have sacrificed what they have in order to bring this whole thing about. Our highest way of honoring them is serving our purpose, serving our function, and celebrating the good that we're creating, the good that's coming in, even before it shows up. Okay, the Palestinian people, they have my heart. No matter what atrocities, their children being blown up, themselves being blown up, having all of these things happening to them for years, like decades. Okay, decades. We're coming up on 100 years here soon, in the next decade or so, of these atrocities being inflicted upon the Palestinian people. You still see their joy, you still see their beautiful hearts, you still see them supporting their neighbors, you still see them coming together. And even though all of these horrific things have taken place, all of these tragedies have taken place, both personally and as a people, okay, they still continue to exude joy, to exude gratitude, okay, to, yes, bring attention and awareness, and try to bring change to what's taken place and what is still taking place for them. But you see their hearts shining through. You see the light in their eyes. That's fucking powerful. That is fucking powerful. So yes, we can celebrate that all of these things are coming to an end, even though the most atrocious things are happening while they're coming to an end. Palestinian people know more than a lot of other people, most other people on this planet this time, what it means, what tragedy truly means, what atrocity truly is, what evil truly is. And yet they still celebrate in tents amongst the rubble of their cities. They celebrate. They find joy. That's inspiration. That is the guru culture that I want to follow. That is the goodness that I want in this world. So do what you can, serve your function, do what you're called to do. Now is the time to rise. Now is the time to stand. Now is the time to put all of that hard work into action for Gaia and for all of her inhabitants. Okay. I love you guys. I know it was passionate. I know it was long. Oh, it was only an hour and a half as usual. So it wasn't too terribly long. I thought, oh gosh, this is going to probably go like 2 hours, but it didn't. Keep vision and attention on what you want. Starve the noise, trying to get you to manifest chaos. Yeah. I follow a lady from the UK. I follow on TikTok. She does the same with her menstrual blood. Known about this for a few months. Yeah, it's been happening definitely for the past several months. I love you, Katie. Sending you so much love and support for your own beautiful Soul Tribe meditation group that you started in your area. Sending so much love to you and all of the people that support you in that group. And everyone, just, reach out, form community, prepare yourselves, get extra, because shit's about to hit the fan. Still, it's been hitting the fan in many places, but, for those of us who haven't really been severely impacted yet, you got time. So start gathering things, start making plans, get extra shit, especially like US. If you have an older car like myself, and y'all know why, because I don't want them to be able to turn my shit off whenever they want. Auto part stores are being, shut down at large corporate chains. Okay. There are good, Katie, she stocked up already. Those pick apart places like salvage yards, over 126 have been torched in the past couple of years, and a lot of them already so far this year. So they're trying to phase out the older, the older models and stuff. So get your parts if you need parts, or if you think you're going to need parts or anything like that, get what you can right now, because they're not going to be readily available if you're in the United States, for just anybody to get. And if so, then they're going to be hella expensive. So get what you can, just start preparing. Shit's going to shift. It's not going to be that way anymore. But in the meantime, if you're going to need something, you're going to want to have something. Okay. So just be prepared. Make sure that your home, your family, your community is prepared. Make sure that you're taking care of everyone, and not you on everyone. Like, we're all taking care, everyone's taking care of each other type thing. Okay. And just, hold it down. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to hold it down, and we're supposed to march forward in this energy. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always joining me, supporting me, loving me. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next week, same time, same place, and we'll see what the next collective reading has to offer. I love you guys.